We're months away from the elections in Karnataka. And what does that mean? Endless politics over every single subject. The latest, unfortunately, is even education. For weeks, we reported about the textbook controversy that rocked the state of Karnataka. Now, the latest decision by the Bommai government to construct 8,100 classrooms in government schools has led to political outrage. Why? 8,000 classrooms sounds like a great move. But the reality is that the Congress is questioning why the walls and pillars of these schools repainted saffron coupled with Swami Vivekananda's teachings. Let's get you all the reactions first to the story.
The BJP in poll-bound Karnataka is facing charges of saffronizing education, quite literally this time. The Basavaraj Bommai government has come under fire for deciding to paint the walls and pillars of new government school classrooms saffron. Karnataka's Education Minister B C Nagesh has announced the government is planning to construct 8,100 new classrooms in government schools across the state named after Swami Vivekananda. The minister has announced all classrooms will have a uniform structure and saffron-colored walls and pillars with sayings of Swami Vivekananda on them. The Congress claims saffronizing schools would stoke a communal rift among students.
We don't have rooms in the schools, students are not given uniforms, books are not provided, buildings are not there, midday meal scheme is not implemented. Can't you have minimum common sense to implement this at the earliest? It is most important to look after those issues than painting saffron in the buildings.
State Education Minister Nagesh later clarified the color was chosen by architects.
ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೇಸರಿ ಬಣ್ಣ ಹಾಕಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕೋನೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಹೊರತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಣ್ಣ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಕಿಟಕಿ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಬಾಗಿಲು ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಮೆಟ್ಲು ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಡುವಂತದ್ದು ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸೈನ್.
We are not allergic. That is part of our national flag and India, our Congress flag. We are not allergic. We are allergic to introducing exclusive politics in this country, exclusive society in this country.
Chief Minister Bommai has accused the opposition of politicizing the issue.
ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ರಾಜಕಾರಣ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇದು ಬಹಳ ತಳಹಂತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕೇಸರಿ ಬಣ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ಧ್ವಜದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. ಕೇಸರಿ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ? ಭಾರತ ಧ್ವಜದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ಕೇಸರಿ.
Meanwhile, in Mysuru, BJP MP Pratap Simha raked up yet another controversy over dome-shaped structures on a bus stand which he claimed looked like a masjid.
ಒಂದು ಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಗುಂಬಜ್ಗಳು ಅದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗುಂಬಜ್ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಎರಡು ಸಣ್ಣ ಗುಂಬಜ್ ಇತ್ತು ಮಸೀದಿನೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೆಆರ್ಐಡಿ ಅಂತ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಗಳಿದ್ರೆ 3-4 ದಿನ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಜೆಸಿಬಿ ತಂದು ನಾನೇ ಹೊಡೆದಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದೆ.
While Simha vowed to destroy it personally if the municipality doesn't do it first, the Congress termed Simha's remarks foolish.
I can say you are the most foolish fellow to speak on that one. Let us debate on that one. Throughout the country, let us see the architecture which has been run by the government officers. Is it going to demolish those government officers also? The mindset is very bad of this member of parliament. I am very sorry for that.
It's one polarizing controversy after another in the poll-bound state of Karnataka. From Savarkar to Tippu, from hijab ban to the Irga Maidan Rao, communally sensitive issues have taken center stage in an attempt to dominate the narrative and the headlines. On India Today, we report the facts always first. Bureau Report, India Today.
And this isn't the first incident. If you've tracked all the politics that's been playing out in Karnataka, it's been endless polarization that we've been seeing. The latest, of course, in the list is the fact that walls of government-run schools are being painted saffron, which the BJP says is not intentional. And Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai has also put out a message saying, what's the big deal if it is painted saffron? But the month before that, in October, we've seen Hindu groups also hitting the streets, protesting against halal fast food chains. They demanded the boycott of all of these food chains that were serving halal meat. Now go back a month or so before that, in August, there were violent clashes even that broke out over Tipu Sultan and Savarkar posters. This happened in several parts of Karnataka after breaking out first in Shivamogga district. May 2022, strict government guidelines on Azan loudspeakers. The government directed institutions to avail a license for its use. Again led to this massive political talking point. In the same month, the government panel had also modified class 1 to 10 textbooks as Hedgewar chapters were added and chapters on Tipu Sultan were dropped. This became a big talking point, and now that issue has been raked up again to say education is being tampered with in the state of Karnataka. This isn't the only last few issues that we've found. We can keep going on and on. In April, Hindu groups demanded the boycott of halal meat. They were seen protesting against halal meat traders. There was an incident of violence also that broke out then. In the same month, school undertaking a mandate for Bibles for students led to this massive controversy as Hindu groups called it a violation of the Education Act. More and more you see incidents of education also being dragged into this kind of ugly politics. No Muslim vendors in Hindu temple fairs became a huge talking point as the opposition latched onto this, questioning the government. The government defended the decision, saying this was always the case, that suddenly it's this big controversy. And of course, the controversy where it all started, where this polarization actually started in Karnataka, was with the hijab controversy in educational institutions. The Karnataka High Court, of course, upheld the government guideline banning the hijab in educational institutions. So these are just a few controversies that we've pulled out here on India Today to remind you about all of these issues that have been brought up time and again, especially in the run-up to an election. Whoever you believe or deem guilty of raking up this kind of communal politics, the reality is that now it's becoming increasingly familiar with schools and colleges as well. It's seeped into education in the state of Karnataka, whether it's over textbooks, whether it's over uniform, whether now it's over infrastructure. The Bommai government has rejected all of this, and now they've lashed out directly at the opposition, at the Congress, saying very clearly there is absolutely no reason to question why walls are being painted saffron. In fact, when you've got several of these controversies piling up, you've got Basavaraj Bommai, the Karnataka Chief Minister, saying, what's wrong with the color saffron? Why are you allergic to this color? It's there in our national flag. Swami Vivekananda's robes were saffron, so why are you allergic to this color? Is the Chief Minister's contention and counter to the Congress, as the Congress has once again raised questions on this, saying that clearly it's being done to saffronize educational institutes in the state of Karnataka. As we get you the latest updates that are coming in right now on this massive controversy, we're also standing by to get you a reaction from the Karnataka government on this issue, as the Congress now is demanding answers from the Bommai government and calling this a bid to saffronize schools.